The day Earth fell silent, the galaxy knew annihilation was coming. Its signals pulsed across space, radio waves, satellite communications, even faint signs of activity that aliens had long been able to detect. Human cities shone at night like stars on a dark planet. Ships moved through orbit, satellites relayed information, and the planet hummed with life. And then, in an instant, it stopped. No signal, no movement, no communication, just silence. At first, the neighboring systems thought it was a technical failure, a glitch in human satellites or a malfunction in Earth's communications network. But when days passed with no signals, panic began to ripple across the galaxy. From the distant star system of Zalara, the alien ambassador Karash stared at the readings on his console and muttered, "It cannot be natural." His 4 eyes blinked in disbelief. The monitors showed nothing, not even heat signatures beyond the normal planetary warmth. They are gone. On the other side of the galaxy, the United Galactic Council convened an emergency session. Representatives of hundreds of species crowded the large circular chamber. Beings of all shapes and sizes, some crystalline, some gaseous, some with hundreds of limbs, argued and shouted over one another. "Perhaps it is a plague," suggested a tall, thin species from the planet Norix. "All life is gone, wiped out in days." "No," said a voice that rumbled like distant thunder. It belonged to Ambassador Thalker of the Drakari. "A plague does not silence a planet completely. The energy signatures, they are too perfect. Something else is at work." The council paused. Everyone knew the humans were unpredictable, but they had always been underestimated. Many species thought humans were simple, chaotic, even weak. But now, the silence of their homeworld spoke a different language, a language of warning. Meanwhile, in orbit around Earth, a human-built station floated silently. The crew had evacuated long ago, leaving behind only the station's AI, named Argus. Argus scanned the planet below, its sensors mapping every mountain, every ocean, every city. It remembered the humans who had built it, the humans who had vanished, and it understood why they had done this. "They will come," Argus said in its calm, mechanical voice. Its voice echoed through the empty station corridors. "They always come when a threat appears." The humans predicted this. Argus's data banks contained centuries of human planning. Hidden bunkers, secret technologies, and defensive systems lay beneath the surface of Earth, all designed to activate if the planet itself were ever in danger. The humans had prepared for the galaxy to notice them. And now, with Earth silent, the humans were making their move, slowly, deliberately, invisibly. Back in space, alien fleets began their journey toward Earth. Scouts, observers, and warships of all kinds traveled through hyperspace, eager to investigate the silent planet. Some wanted to study it. Some wanted to conquer it. Some, particularly the Drakari, wanted to destroy it, believing that a silent Earth might hide a weapon of unimaginable power. The first fleet to arrive saw what it expected, a planet that appeared dead. Cities stood intact but lifeless. Oceans sparkled under the sun, but no ships moved in orbit. Satellites floated aimlessly. Nothing stirred. "This is impossible," said Captain Vaynar of the Drakari fleet. "All life gone." His second-in-command, a small, insectoid creature named Triss, shook her head. "Not gone, Captain, hidden. There is intelligence here. The readings are unusual, almost like the planet itself is watching us." As the fleet descended, sensors began to fail. The human satellites, long abandoned, activated traps and decoys. Illusions of cities, moving vehicles, and faint electromagnetic signals confused the aliens. Their sensors could not distinguish real from fake. The fleet's frustration grew. "We were warned about humans," Vaynar muttered, "but I did not believe it. How could a species so small be so cunning?" Meanwhile, on Earth's surface, the humans were not gone. They were hidden. In underground bunkers, shielded cities, and suborbital colonies, the best minds of humanity monitored the approaching fleets. They had built Earth to withstand threats from the stars. Every planet-wide defense system, every automated weapon, every surveillance array had been tested and prepared for this moment. The humans had learned long ago that survival meant planning ahead. They had studied alien tactics, adapted technologies, and even infiltrated distant systems to understand potential enemies. And now, the galaxy would learn the cost of underestimating them. In the council chambers, arguments raged. Some species demanded immediate action. Destroy the planet before it destroys us. Others urged caution. We cannot assume threat. They may be hiding for another reason. Little did they know, the humans had already anticipated this debate. Their silence was the first weapon. It caused confusion, fear, and indecision. The aliens were already reacting exactly as the humans had predicted. Back in orbit, Argus initiated subtle defenses. Small drones, invisible to alien sensors, began monitoring fleet movements. Electromagnetic pulses created ghost signals across the planet's orbit. Anything that approached too closely would trigger automated countermeasures. A young human strategist, Dr. Ilara Voss, observed from one of the hidden colonies. She tapped her console, tracking the alien fleet's every move. "They think the planet is empty," she whispered. "They think we are weak. Let them believe that. It makes what comes next far easier." Hours turned into days. Alien ships explored Earth's orbit, probing, scanning, attempting communication. Each attempt was met with silence or carefully crafted illusions. The galaxy began to whisper, "Something is not right with Earth. Something is dangerous." On the Drakari flagship, Vaynar scowled. "These humans, they have prepared for everything. I have seen nothing like this. We may have underestimated them." Meanwhile, Argus continued its silent observation. It mapped the fleet, predicted their moves, and relayed information to hidden human outposts. Every step the aliens took brought them closer to the humans' carefully designed defenses. And then, a faint tremor ran through Earth itself. Buried deep beneath the crust, automated systems began to hum. Energy pulsed along ancient conduits, flowing through hidden reactors, satellites, and underground bunkers. The humans were ready. The first test came unexpectedly. One alien scout ship, growing impatient, attempted to land on the surface. It triggered a subtle but powerful defense. Electromagnetic fields surged, disabling the ship systems. It spun out of control, crashing into the ocean in a shower of sparks and metal. The galaxy gasped as the news spread. Humans had a planet-wide defense ready. A species long considered small and chaotic now seemed capable of feats beyond imagination. In the hidden colonies, Ilara smiled. "They think we are gone. Let them keep thinking. Every moment they hesitate is a moment we gain. We survive. We wait. And when the time comes, the galaxy will remember this day." From orbit, Argus monitored the alien fleets, noting their confusion and frustration. Humans had not yet revealed themselves. They did not need to. Silence had already spoken louder than words. And so Earth remained quiet but not lifeless. The planet itself seemed to breathe, a giant trap ready to awaken. Across the stars, species whispered of the silent world, of the humans who might still live, and of the force that waited beneath the surface. The galaxy would soon learn that silence was not weakness. It was strategy. It was power. It was humanity's first message. Do not underestimate us. And as the fleets hovered above, uncertain and fearful, Earth's hidden defenders prepared for what was to come. The humans were waiting. The aliens were walking into a web carefully spun for decades. And the first chapter of humanity's return to the galaxy's stage was just beginning. The day Earth fell silent had come. But humanity's story, far from ending, was only starting. The alien fleet had grown impatient. Days had passed since they first arrived in Earth's orbit. Every attempt to contact the planet met with silence. Every probe sent down to the surface returned confusing readings. Some ships reported cities intact. while others found empty landscapes, oceans untouched. The fleet had expected a lifeless planet, but they had not expected the strange, impossible patterns of energy emanating from the surface. Captain Vaynar paced the bridge of his flagship, claws tapping against the console. How can a species vanish so completely? There is no heat signature, no communication, nothing. His multifaceted eyes flicked to Triss, his second in command. Yet the planet hums with energy. Something is alive there, something intelligent. Triss, antennae quivering with anxiety, responded, "It is as though the planet itself is a trap, Captain. I have scanned every system of our fleet. Our sensors cannot make sense of what we see. This is not normal." Vaynar growled in frustration. "They are human. I remember warnings from older systems, but I never thought them capable of this level of cunning." In truth, the humans had been ready for this moment for decades. Underground bunkers, hidden cities, and shielded colonies had been constructed to withstand invasion, observation, and even the curiosity of the galaxy. Every surface city that appeared abandoned was an illusion. Every faint radio signal was a calculated distraction. And now, as the alien fleet hovered above, humanity was ready to reveal just enough of its power to ensure survival. In a hidden command center, Dr. Alara Voss monitored the alien fleet through encrypted sensors. The humans had remained silent for months to prepare, but now it was time to act. She tapped the console, initiating the first sequence. "Activate the decoys," she commanded. Across Earth's orbit, small drones emitted electromagnetic pulses that mimicked human communications. They created false movement in cities, shadows of ships, and signals that made alien sensors spin in confusion. Ships reported fleets in orbit that did not exist. Satellites that had long been dormant suddenly turned on, transmitting faint, erratic energy bursts. Captain Vaynar's fleet scrambled to respond. "They are everywhere but nowhere," he bellowed. "Impossible." Meanwhile, deep beneath the crust of Earth, massive reactors hummed to life. Buried energy channels stretching for hundreds of kilometers pulsed with coordinated precision. Human engineers and scientists, safe in underground bunkers, watched every calculation as Argus, the station AI, relayed information. "They think they can overwhelm us," Alara whispered. "Let them try." The first wave of confrontation came when a Drakari scout ship descended toward what it thought was an abandoned city. As it reached the surface, the electromagnetic shields, previously invisible, activated. The ship systems overloaded. Power surged in arcs across its hull. The vessel spun out of control before crashing into the ocean, a shower of sparks and twisted metal. Reports spread across the fleet like wildfire. Ships farther away detected the blast. Panic began to ripple through the alien forces. A species that prided itself on domination and strategy suddenly faced a foe it could not predict. "Humans," Triss whispered, antennae trembling. "They are not gone. They are hiding, and they are waiting." Alara watched the battle unfold through sensors that penetrated where alien eyes could not see. "We do not attack yet," she said to her team. "We control the fight. Let them believe they are in control. Let them waste energy. The moment they think they understand us, we will act." The humans had studied alien tactics for decades. Every fleet movement, every response to their decoys, had been predicted with uncanny accuracy. In the hidden colonies, simulations had been run hundreds of times, preparing for every possible scenario. And now the aliens were walking straight into the trap. In orbit, the alien fleet commander called for a retreat. "This is not a normal planet," Vaynar growled. "We need reinforcements. We cannot handle this alone." But reinforcements would take time, and in that time humanity's gambit advanced. The humans' second wave was not brute force. It was cunning. Automated drones, hidden beneath oceans and forests, activated in precise coordination. They disabled enemy ships, navigation systems, turned alien sensors against them and created false fleets in every quadrant of orbit. Aliens fired at shadows, at illusions, at empty space. Every attack was wasted energy. Every miscalculation brought the humans closer to victory. Alara smiled as she watched the alien fleet flounder. "They underestimate us," she said, "and that will be their mistake." On the surface, hidden artillery systems activated. Massive energy beams, carefully calibrated to avoid the planet's own infrastructure, struck alien ships. The beams were precise, disabling engines and shields without causing planetary damage. Alien ships that attempted to land were caught in invisible energy nets, leaving them stranded. The humans had anticipated every possible landing attempt, every possible route. The galaxy began to hear rumors of what was happening. Other species, observing from afar, reported strange phenomena over Earth: energy pulses, sudden disappearances of ships, and communications that seemed almost playful in their deception. Humanity, once considered weak, was showing its brilliance. Triss, aboard Vaynar's flagship, turned to the captain with fear in her voice. "They are everywhere, yet nowhere. They see us, but we cannot see them. We cannot predict them." Vaynar growled, his claws striking the console. "They are humans," he said. "I should have listened to the warnings. We underestimated them." Even as the fleet struggled, the humans did not reveal themselves fully. They had no need. Silence, deception, and intelligence had already tilted the battle in their favor. Every alien ship that approached the surface became part of a lesson. Humans were not a species to conquer easily. Alara observed a group of alien ships trapped in a false orbit created by drones. "Now," she commanded. Hidden human fighters, small but fast, launched from suborbital colonies. They struck with pinpoint accuracy, disabling critical systems and forcing the fleet to retreat further from the planet. Vaynar's fleet staggered. They had encountered resistance, yes, but this was beyond anything they had imagined. They had believed humans were simple, chaotic, and disorganized, but the human strategy proved the opposite. "They are not just defending," Triss whispered. "They are teaching us a lesson." And indeed, humans had learned from centuries of observation and simulation. They anticipated not only alien technology, but also alien psychology. Every misstep by the invaders was accounted for, every overconfidence exploited. What appeared as chaos was actually the careful orchestration of a species that refused to be destroyed. Deep in a hidden bunker, Alara tapped a final command. The human planetary network activated a system that sent a faint but undeniable signal into deep space. A reminder that humanity still existed, and that any who came too close would face consequences far beyond simple defeat. Across the galaxy, species whispered of the silent planet. They spoke of humans who could vanish, who could strike without warning, and who had prepared for threats no one else had even imagined. For the first time, humanity was feared, not for its armies but for its intelligence, foresight, and resilience. Captain Vaynar, aboard his crippled flagship, finally spoke aloud. "They are extraordinary," he admitted. "We cannot defeat them with force alone. We may survive, but only if we respect their power." Alara and her team watched the alien fleet retreat, battered, confused, and deeply uncertain. Humanity had not yet revealed its full strength. The planet remained silent on the surface, a calm and quiet stage for what would come next. "Part 1 is complete," Alara said softly. "They know we exist. They know we are not weak. And they know they cannot predict us. The galaxy has learned to respect humans." Argus, monitoring every movement, responded in its calm, mechanical voice. "The humans have set the first trap. The second will be more decisive. Patience is key. The galaxy will soon understand the consequences of underestimating Earth." Above Earth, the planet appeared calm once more. Cities lay quiet, oceans shimmered under the sun, and satellites floated in perfect order. But beneath the surface, hidden bunkers, reactors, and command centers thrummed with life. Humans were waiting, watching, and planning. Every alien mistake had been noted, every weakness recorded, and when the time came, humanity would show the galaxy the full extent of their brilliance. The day Earth fell silent had moved from a warning to a demonstration. Humanity had not attacked. They had not yet revealed themselves fully, but they had already proven something no one in the galaxy could ignore. Humans were clever, prepared, and unstoppable when cornered. And so, as alien fleets limped away from the surface, whispering fearfully among themselves, humans went back to their quiet work. Systems were reset, simulations recalculated, and plans for the next stage, their true emergence, moved closer to reality. Silence had been the first weapon, intelligence was the second, and soon the galaxy would witness the third. Humanity rising, no longer underestimated, no longer ignored, and no longer silent. The galaxy had been warned. And humans would not wait much longer to show why. The galaxy had never been more uncertain. Rumors of Earth's silence and mysterious defenses had spread to the farthest systems. No fleet dared approach too closely. Scientists and strategists debated endlessly. Had humans vanished? Were they hiding? Or were they preparing something far beyond imagination? No one knew, but on Earth, hidden from view, humanity was ready. Dr. Ilara Voss stood in the command center of a massive underground bunker, the hum of reactors and energy channels vibrating through the floor. She watched fleet movements on her holographic display. Alien ships were regrouping at the edge of orbit, confused, frustrated, and wary. Many had begun to leave, convinced that Earth was too dangerous to approach. Today, Ilara whispered, we stop hiding. Today the galaxy learns what humans can do. Argus, the station AI, projected a detailed map of alien positions. Analysis indicates that alien morale is low. Fleet cohesion is weakening. Human forces can exploit this without unnecessary risk to the planet. Ilara nodded. Then we act. For decades, humans had prepared. Cities, satellites, and underground bunkers had been coordinated into a single planetary defense network. But the humans' hidden fleets, scattered across suborbital colonies and distant asteroid bases, had been waiting for this exact moment. It was time to emerge. From the shadows of space, human ships began to appear, fast, sleek, and nearly invisible. They moved with precision, bypassing alien defenses and striking in perfect coordination. No single fleet could have imagined such speed, such planning, such understanding of enemy tactics. Captain Vaynar aboard his damaged flagship watched in disbelief as human vessels appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Impossible, he growled. They are everywhere, Triss, trembling, responded. They have hidden fleets not just on Earth. They were never just a planet. They are a civilization prepared for the galaxy itself. Ilara's voice came over the network, calm but resolute. We do not seek war, but we will not be underestimated. Every attack on Earth will be met with calculated defense. Every fleet that threatens us will learn the cost of underestimating humanity. The first engagements were precise. Human fighters disabled alien shields, disrupted navigation systems, and captured communication networks without destroying the ships. Their goal was not destruction, it was demonstration. Humans were showing that their intelligence, strategy, and coordination were unmatched. The galaxy began to take notice. Ships observing from distant systems recorded the movements and relayed the information. Across the stars, species whispered in awe, humans are not weak. Humans are not disorganized. Humans are unstoppable. On Earth, hidden artillery systems activated once again, striking alien ships that tried to approach too closely. Massive energy beams disabled engines and shields without harming the planet. Drones moved invisibly, collecting data, anticipating moves, and setting traps. Every action the humans took was deliberate, every response pre-planned. Captain Vaynar realized that brute force would not succeed. We must retreat, he ordered. But even as he spoke, human ships flanked his fleet, cutting off escape routes with speed and precision. It was a lesson in strategy, a display of intelligence the galaxy had never seen. Ilara observed the battlefield through the command center. "They are learning," she said softly. "They will retreat, but they will remember, and that is enough for now." But humanity was not done. Across the galaxy, human messages were sent, not threats but warnings. Clear, precise, and unambiguous. "Do not underestimate us. We defend our home, our people, and our allies. Anyone who thinks us weak will learn the cost." In the council chambers, alien leaders argued heatedly. "We thought humans were chaotic," said one elder species. "We thought they were weak. We were wrong. They are extraordinary." Even among those who sought to conquer, fear began to take root. For the first time, no one in the galaxy could claim humans were defenseless. Every system now knew. Earth may have fallen silent, but the humans were far from powerless. The second wave of action was psychological. Humans demonstrated not only power, but cunning. Ships that appeared to be attacking would vanish before impact. Fake fleets created confusion among alien sensors. Every move was designed to disorient, to prove humans were unpredictable. Captain Vaynar called his officers together. "They are teaching us something," he said. "This is not just defense. This is strategy. We cannot fight them as we have fought others. We are learning our limits." And humanity's final demonstration began. Using a combination of orbital satellites, suborbital weapons, and hidden fleets, humans disabled several of the largest alien ships entirely, not destroying them but rendering them incapable of flight. The message was clear: we are capable. We are prepared. We will defend ourselves. Across the galaxy, other species watched. Traders, scientists, and observers all transmitted reports back to their home worlds. News spread of the silent planet and its hidden power. Humans had turned their supposed vulnerability, silence, into an advantage. Ilara and her team coordinated the final stages of the operation. Human intelligence had anticipated the aliens' every move. As fleets retreated, human forces maintained pressure without unnecessary destruction, emphasizing precision and control. They proved not only their power but their discipline. On the flagship of Captain Vaynar, defeat was reluctantly acknowledged. "We underestimated them," he admitted aloud. "They are not to be ignored. They are not to be attacked without caution. They are humans." The battle ended not with a final blow but with understanding. Humanity had emerged from silence, not with violence for conquest, but with strength to defend and strategy to ensure survival. Ilara addressed her team in the command center. "The galaxy has seen our first strike, our intelligence and our strategy. They now know the cost of underestimating humans. Earth remains our home, our sanctuary, and our power, but the galaxy will remember us." Argus, ever calm, responded, "The humans have demonstrated survival, resilience, and brilliance. The galaxy now understands. Underestimating humans is a grave error." For the first time in centuries, the hidden human colonies felt pride, unity, and purpose. Their people had faced the galaxy's fear and confusion and emerged not just alive, but respected. In orbit above the planet, human ships returned to their cloaked positions. The planet itself remained quiet, peaceful, almost serene. But beneath the surface, systems hummed with life, preparing for future threats and opportunities. Humanity had proven its strength without destroying what it sought to protect. And across the galaxy, the lesson was clear. Silence had been the first weapon, intelligence the second, and now humanity had risen. Species whispered in awe and fear, "Never underestimate humans. They are clever, prepared, and unstoppable when cornered. Their silence hides more than emptiness, it hides brilliance." Ilara watched the stars through the bunker's observation window. "We defended our home," she said. "We proved our place in the galaxy. And we will continue to do so." Argus's voice resonated softly, almost like approval. Humans have risen. The galaxy has learned a truth it cannot ignore. Humanity endures. Humanity adapts. Humanity triumphs. From distant systems, alien fleets retreated, carrying stories of a silent planet that had outwitted, outmaneuvered, and outsmarted them. They would remember Earth, and they would remember humans. The day Earth fell silent had started as a warning. It had become a demonstration. And finally, it ended as a declaration. Humanity would survive. Humanity would thrive. And humanity would rise above all doubt, all fear, and all underestimation. The galaxy had witnessed the full power of a species once underestimated. And from that day forward, humans were no longer just inhabitants of Earth. They were legends whispered across the stars. Earth remained quiet, but its people had spoken louder than words. Humanity had risen.